Hello students, I am Lalita Sumraskar, Economics teacher, BYK College of Commerce, welcomes you in online lecture series organized by Gokhale Education Society's Central Coordination Committee for Class 12. Today I am going to discuss with you chapter number 9, that is Money Market and Capital Market in India. So today I am going to discuss with you commercial banks. Under commercial banks, I am going to discuss with you number 1 is introduction point, number 2 definitions of commercial bank, and number 3 primary functions of commercial banks. Let us see the first point, that is the introduction point. Commercial banks act as intermediaries in the country's financial system to bring the savers and investor together. So commercial bank act as intermediaries. Intermediaries means mediator in the country's financial system to bring the savers and investors together. Commercial banks are profit-seeking financial institution. What is the main function of commercial bank? Borrowing and lending money. That is the main activity of commercial bank. So main function of commercial bank is credit creation. So all commercial banks are profit-seeking financial institutions. Acceptance of deposits and giving loans are the primary functions of commercial banks. There are two categories of functions of commercial bank: primary functions and secondary functions. So what are the primary functions of commercial banks? Acceptance of deposits and giving loans are the primary functions of the commercial banks. Commercial banks play an important role in mobilizing saving and allocating this saving or this fund to various sectors of the economy. Various sectors of the economy means primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. So commercial banks play an important role in mobilizing saving and allocating them to various sectors of the economy. Commercial bank includes both scheduled commercial banks and non-scheduled commercial banks. So what do you understand by scheduled commercial bank? Scheduled commercial banks are those included in second schedule of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. Right? So scheduled commercial banks includes State Bank of India and its associate banks, nationalized banks, private sector banks, foreign banks, and regional rural banks. Okay, and what do you understand by non-scheduled commercial bank? Banks with a reserve capital of less than 5 lakh rupees qualify as a non-scheduled commercial banks. Unlike scheduled banks, they are not entitled to borrow from the RBI for normal banking purposes except in emergency or abnormal circumstances. So, which is the best example of non-scheduled commercial bank? Jammu and Kashmir Bank is an example of non-scheduled commercial bank. So there are two types of commercial bank: scheduled commercial bank and non-scheduled commercial bank. Okay, so in terms of ownership and function, commercial banks in India can be classified into four categories. Number 1 is public sector banks, number 2 private sector banks, number 3 regional rural banks, and number 4 foreign banks. Let us see what is a public sector banks. Public sector banks are a major type of bank in India where majority share is held by the government. The share of these banks are listed on stock exchanges. So at this moment there are total 12 public sector banks. Second one is a private sector banks. What do you understand by private sector banks? Private sector banks are banks where greater parts of share or equities are held by the private shareholders and not by the government. Okay, so at this moment there are 22 private banks. Number 3 is a regional rural banks. Okay, so regional rural banks are Indian scheduled commercial banks operating at regional level in different states of India. So they have been created with a view of serving primarily rural areas of India with basic banking and financial services. That is known as a regional rural banks. And who are the owners of regional rural banks? There are three owners of regional rural banks: Government of India, sponsor bank, and state governments. Okay, number 4 is a foreign banks. What is foreign bank? Foreign banks are defined as a banks from a foreign country working in India through their branches. RBI has provided rules and guidelines for foreign banks to establish and operate in India. So in terms of ownership and function, commercial banks in India can be classified into four categories: public sector banks, number 2 private sector banks, Number 3, regional rural banks, and number 4, foreign banks. Let us see the definitions of commercial bank. First definition, that definition given by Banking Regulation Act of 1949. Okay, banking means the accepting for the purpose of lending or investment of deposits of money from the public, repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawable by check, demand draft, order, or otherwise. So banking means accepting deposits from the public. Yes, why a commercial bank accept deposit for the purpose of lending, okay, and for investment of deposits of money from the public and repayable this amount on demand. So you can withdraw your amount also by check, demand draft, order, or otherwise. So that is known as a commercial bank as per the definition given by Banking Regulation Act of 1949. Second definition given by Professor K.N. Cross. Okay, let us see what Professor K.N. Cross says about the commercial bank. A bank is a financial intermediary, a dealer in loans and debts. A commercial bank is a financial intermediary. So it works as a intermediate between savers and investors, and it also work as a dealer in loans and debts. So that is known as a commercial bank as per the definition given by Professor K.N. Cross. Now let us see the functions of commercial banks. Functions of commercial banks are classified into three categories. First category is primary functions. Second category is ancillary or secondary or non-banking functions, and third category is credit creation. Okay, so primary function is divided into two: accepting deposits and advancing of loans or giving loans. So accepting of deposits, it's divided into two: demand deposits and time deposits. Okay, so demand deposits is again divided into two: current deposit and saving deposit. And there are again two types of time deposit: recurring deposit and fixed deposit. Okay, so second primary function of the commercial bank is giving loans or advancing of loans. Okay, advancing of loans is divided into four. Number one is loans. Number 2 is a cash credit. Number 3 is a overdraft facility. And number 4 is discounting of bills. Okay, so these are the primary functions of commercial bank. Now second category of the functions of commercial bank is ancillary or secondary or non-banking functions. So ancillary, secondary or non-banking functions is divided into two categories: agency functions and general functions. Now what are the agency functions performed by the commercial bank? Collection of money, payments, purchase and sale of securities, acting as a trustee, executor, attorney, e-banking, and demat account. So these are the agency functions. Now what are the general functions performed by the commercial bank? Number 1 is safe deposit vault. Number 2, remittance of funds. Number 3, letters of credit. Number 4, reference or status reports. Number 5, underwriting. Number 6, dealing in foreign exchange. Number 7, ATM facilities, credit card and debit card. And number 8 is compilation of statistics. And third category of the functions of commercial bank is credit creations. So these are the important functions performed by the commercial bank. Today I'm going to discuss with you what are primary functions of the commercial bank. Primary function, it is divided into two: accepting deposits and advancing loans or giving loans. So accepting deposits is divided into again two category: demand deposit and time deposit. Okay, there are two types of demand deposits: current deposits and saving deposits. And there are again two types of time deposits: recurring deposits and fixed deposits. Okay, now advancing loan or giving loans is there are four forms of advancing loans or giving loans. Number 1 is loans. Number 2 is a cash credit. Number 3 is a overdraft facility. And number 4 is discounting of bills. So loans are divided into four categories again: call loans or money at call. Number 2 is a short term loans. Number 3 is a medium term loans. And number 4 is a long term loans. So these are the primary functions of the commercial bank: accepting deposits and giving loans. Let us see the primary functions of commercial banks. First category is here accepting deposits. there are two types of deposits. Number one is demand deposits and number two is a time deposits. Demand deposits, these are the deposits which are withdrawable on demand, are known as a demand deposits. Okay, so there are two types of demand deposits. Number one is current account, or you can say current deposit, or number two is a saving account, that is a saving deposit. Let us see features of current account deposit. Current account deposit is usually opened by businessmen, corporations, industrial enterprises, public bodies, trustees, etc. Okay, so current account deposit is used by businessmen, corporation, industrial enterprises, public bodies and trustees, etc. So these deposits are used by the rich category of the society. The account facilitates them to carry out their transaction with minimum cash at hand, as the deposits are withdrawable anytime by the depositor by means of checks. Okay. There are no restrictions on the amount of deposits in case of current account deposits. At the same time, depositors can withdraw any number of times from this account. So at the same time, depositor can withdraw any number of times, unlimited times they can withdraw their money from their account. That is an important feature of the current account. Overdraft facilities and agency services are also provided by the bank to the current account holder. Very important feature. Overdraft facilities and agency services are also provided by the bank to the current account holder only. Okay, and very low interest or no interest rate is paid on the current account deposit. That is also important feature of the current account. What do you understand by overdraft facility? Overdraft facility is a credit agreement made with a bank that allows an account holder to use or withdraw more money than what they have in their account up to the approved limit. That is known as the overdraft facility. Again, I am repeating what is overdraft facility. Overdraft facility is a credit agreement made with a bank that allows an account holder to use or withdraw more money than what they have in their account up to the approved limit. That is known as an overdraft facility. And also agency services are provided by the bank to the current account holder. And very low interest rate or no interest rate is paid on the current account deposit. So these are the features of current account deposit. Now second deposit is saving deposit. Okay. Saving bank deposits are opened by a large number of people who wish to save a small portion of their income and deposit the same with the bank. Okay. So saving account, they are opened mainly by salaried class. So who will open saving account? Salaried class, middle income groups, small traders, etc. So banks accept saving deposits with a view to encourage the saving habit among the people. What is the main objective of saving account? Okay, to encourage the saving habit among the people. Normally a small rate of interest is paid on the saving account. So money can be withdrawn subject to some restrictions. Okay. Now next one is the next category, that is a time deposit. What do you understand by time deposit now? Deposits which are repayable after a certain period of time, okay, are known as a time deposits. Okay, so there are two types of time deposits. Number one is recurring deposits and number two is a fixed deposits. Let us see these deposits one by one. What is recurring deposit? In order to encourage customers to make regular savings, banks receive deposits in recurring accounts. Okay, so a customer is required to deposit a fixed sum of money for a specific period of time. So that is known as a recurring deposit. So what is the main objective of recurring deposit? To encourage customers to make regular savings. So bank receive these deposits in recurring account, that is known as a recurring deposits. Okay, and customer is required to deposit a fixed sum of money for a specific period of time, that is known as a recurring deposit. Second time deposit is a fixed deposit. Okay, deposits under this account are made for a fixed or specified period. Okay, so fixed deposit is that deposit under this account. So under these deposits under this account are made for a fixed or specified period. So this deposit for fixed or specified period. So fixed deposit is a time bound deposit. Okay, the money can be withdrawn only after the stipulated or specified time period. Okay, and what about the rate of interest? Rate of interest is relatively high on these deposits. The rate of interest on fixed deposit changes with the period of time for which money is deposited. Okay, if the account holder wishes to withdraw before expiry or specified time, he received a lower rate of interest. That is an important feature of fixed account or fixed deposit. Now next category of primary function is advancing loans or giving loans. First category is accepting deposits and second category is advancing loans or giving loans to the society. Generally, banks grant loans and advances to the borrower in the following forms. So there are 4 forms of advancing loan. Number 1 is loans, number 2 is a cash credit, number 3 is a overdraft facility, and number 4 is discounting of bills. Let us see one by one. First one is a loans. Loans can be classified into call loans, short-term loans, medium-term loans. Okay, let us see call loans or money at call notice. Loans provided by commercial banks for a period of 7 to 15 days are known as a call loans. Okay, so call loans are the loans which are provided by the commercial bank for a period of 7 to 15 days. Okay, so these loans are taken by the bill brokers or stock brokers. Okay, and what about the rate of the interest? The rate of interest is the lowest here. These loans can be called back anytime by the commercial bank from the borrowers. That is a call loans. Now second type of loan is short-term loan. Okay, short-term loans are provided by the commercial banks for the period of not more than 2 years. That is known as a short-term loan. The rate of interest is higher than call loans and lower than medium-term loans. Okay, what about the rate of the interest related to short-term loan? It is a higher than call loans and lower than a medium-term loans. So it is required, short-term loan is required by manufacturers and producers in order to fulfill their requirements of the working capital. Okay, that is a short-term loan. Now next one is a medium-term loans. Medium-term loans are provided by commercial banks for the period from 2 years up to 5 years. So what is the duration of the medium-term loans? 2 years up to 5 years. The rate of interest charged by commercial bank is higher than short-term loans and lower than long-term loans. Okay, so what about the interest rate here on medium-term loans? Commercial bank is so the rate of interest charged by the commercial bank is higher than short-term loans and lower than long-term loans. So it is required by producers and manufacturers for making changes in methods of production, purchase of equipments, tools, etc. So that is for these purposes people borrows loans, medium-term loans. Okay. And next one is a long-term loans. Okay, when commercial bank give loans for a period of more than 5 years. Okay, when commercial bank gives loans for a period of more than 5 years, they are known as long-term loan. Okay, the rate of interest charged by the commercial bank is the highest as compared to other types of loans. So what about the rate of the interest on long-term loans charged by the commercial bank? It is the highest as compared to the other types of loans. So such type of loans, long-term loans, is required by producers for making permanent changes in the methods of production, technique of production, etc. This is all about the loan. Okay. Now next form of advancing of loan is a cash credit. Let us see what is a cash credit. Cash credit facilities are allowed to any customer or borrower. Okay, so the borrower is allowed to draw from that account up to a certain limit against eligible securities. Okay, and what about the interest rate? Interest rate is charged on the amount actually drawn. That is a cash credit. That is the second form of advancing loans. Third one is a overdraft facility. Let us see what is a overdraft facility. Overdraft facility generally given to the current account holders only. Okay, so commercial banks allow their customers to withdraw the amount from bank in excess of their balance. Okay, that is a overdraft facility. So this arrangement is known as a overdraft facility. The bank specifies the maximum limit of overdraft. Okay, so bank will specify the maximum limit of the overdraft. And what about the rate of interest? So rate of interest charged by the commercial bank is generally low. That is known as a overdraft facility. Okay. Next form of the advancing loan is a discounting of bills. Okay, so discounting bill of exchange means advancing a loan against a promise of repayment in future. That is known as a discounting of bills. Okay, the commercial bank charge a commission for discounting bills. So commercial bank charge a commission. Okay, commission gets by the commercial bank on discounting of bills. So when the bill mature, the bank can get direct payment from the banker of the debtor who originally accepted the bill. When the bill matured, okay, the bank can get direct payment from the banker of the debtor who originally accepted the bill. Okay, this is known as a discounting of bills. So students, what I discussed with you today, what are the primary functions performed by the commercial bank. There are two categories of the primary functions performed by the commercial bank. First category is accepting deposits. There are two types of deposit: demand deposits and time deposits. Demand deposits they are divided into two: current account and saving account. And time deposit is divided into two, that is recurring deposit and fixed deposit. Now second category of the primary function of the commercial bank. First one is a loans. There are different categories of loans. Call loans. Number 2 is a short term loans. Number 3 is a medium term loans, and number 4 is a long term loans. Second category of advancing loan is a cash credit. Number 3 is a overdraft facility, and number 4 is discounting of bills. So I discussed with you today introduction point. Number 2 is what are definitions of commercial bank. Okay, and number 3 is what are primary functions performed by the commercial bank. And finally, thank you for listening my video lecture.